What's going on, guys? We are back with another video, and did you know that MSI actually makes cases? While they're known for, of course, their graphics cards and motherboards, they do make cases, and they are actually quite good. So this is their Pano 100L PZ. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, to start things off, as you can see, we have the white version of the case. It's also available in black as well. Now, this is a mid-tower, but I wouldn't say it's massive by any means, but it's a little bit bigger than your average mid-tower. I'll go ahead and put the official dimensions, like I always do, right up here on the screen. At the front of the case here, we have unobstructed views into our system thanks to our tempered glass panel here. And you'll notice all of these different angles, like all the angles here. It really makes this case stand out from other cases. And we do have this split panel design. So we have a larger panel here and a smaller one over here. Like I said, it just gives this case a different look. It's not something so pronounced like a height Y60 or Y70, but it does look really good. Towards the bottom of the front of the case, we have this nice little RGB element here, which is the MSI Dragon logo, and then this small little light bar. This comes with a standard 3-pin ARGB connection, so you can easily connect it to your motherboard and then control it that way. Now, as we move up to the top of the case, we can see that the entire top of the case is ventilated. Removing the top panel of the case is really easy. So there are 2 thumb screws on the back. We simply just loosen those up and then pull on it from the back, and it easily comes off. Now, when we remove it, you can see that there is a built-in filter, but it's not removable. So it's just built in to the top panel of the case. With that panel removed, we have a top cooling bracket and a bunch of ventilation for the opposite side of the case. Now, this top cooling bracket is not removable, but it will support 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans, as well as radiators up to 360mm. The main side panel of the case, of course, is this very nice tempered glass panel. It allows you to essentially see everything in your case. There is a slight little design here on the corner, but for the most part, it just gives you a plain view right into your system. On the side of the case towards the bottom, you'll find your power and reset buttons, as well as a few different connections. These connections include a combination headphone and microphone jack, 2 USB 2.0 Type A ports, and a single USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C port. Removing the main side panel is really easy. So there's just a simple tab that's right here. You just kind of put your finger in it, and the panel will pop off. Now, this panel does not like sort of sit here like other panels, so don't let go of it because it will just fall, but you can easily go ahead and take it off. And then putting it back on, you just line up the little pegs here at the bottom, line that up, and you just press it right back into place. The opposite side panel is just a steel panel, but it's pretty much all ventilated. So you're gonna have ventilation not only for the side mount of the case, but also where your power supply is gonna be mounted. The opposite side panel is very much the same. So again, there's just a place where you kind of put your finger in, and this sort of pops off just like that. Now, when we remove this one, there is a removable filter on the back, so you can go ahead and easily take this off to clean it. But again, the entire thing is ventilated, which is really great to see. The back of the case has quite a lot of ventilation on it as well. From the back, we can see this is a dual chamber case, with the left side for our power supply and storage, and the right side for our motherboard. When it comes to the vertical GPU mount here on the case, you can see that it is slotted for a 4-slot, so the largest graphics cards are gonna fit in here no problem. Now, MSI does not include a riser cable, so if you don't wanna provide your own riser cable or don't wanna buy one, and you don't want a vertical mounted GPU, you can easily remove this. So there are 2 thumb screws. Just go ahead and loosen those up, and then there's a tab here and tab here. You kind of put your fingers in there and sort of just pull it out. And then they do include just a normal, mounting system for your expansion cards. We go ahead and sort of line that up, lock it in, and then use the thumb screws to go ahead and secure it. Now, if you're wondering, this is what the vertical GPU mount looks like. It is slotted for 4-slot, like I said. It just does not come with the riser cable. So if you did want to do a vertical GPU in this case, you will need to provide your own riser cable. With the main side panel removed, we can see how the inside is designed, and it is completely all white. So if you were gonna do a white build, it's gonna look perfect in this case. As far as motherboard support goes, you can install mini ITX, micro ATX, and ATX motherboards. There are multiple cutouts in the motherboard tray, and you do have support for back connect motherboards like MSI's own Project Zero, and of course Asus's BTF. The entire bottom of the case is ventilated, and there is a cooling bracket that extends the bottom of the case. Unlike the top cooling bracket, this one is removable, and this cooling bracket supports 3 120mm fans, or 2 140mm fans, or 2 160mm fans, and of course there's support for 360mm radiators. Towards the front of the case, there is a side mount cooling bracket. This will support 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans, as well as radiators up to 360mm. While no fans actually ship with this case, MSI was nice enough to send us over 3 120mm fans, which you can see we do have mounted here. At the back of the case, there is an exhaust fan mount that will support a single 120mm fan. So for storage on the back side of the case, MSI has actually made a lot of room for storage. You can do a total of 5 hard drives back here. So there is a mount right here, and all these mounting holes that you see are actually for the opposite side. So this panel right here is sort of a covering panel too, because when we open it up, it hides where all of our cables are going to be routed. But right back here is where you can install a 2.5-inch SSD, and then this panel can be removed as well. So there's a thumb screw right down here, and it's actually easier if I close that for a second. And we loosen up that thumb screw. This whole panel opens up, and right here you can fit 2 2.5-inch SSDs or 2 full-size 3.5-inch hard drives. And then down in here, we have 2 more 2.5-inch SSD mounts for a total of 5 hard drives back here. Looking at the back with all of our hardware installed now, you can see we have our power supply installed. In this case, we'll support full-size ATX power supplies. And remember this cover, you can see how it's going to cover up all of our cables. Of course, we have cable ties in there as well. And this one covers up all of the cables, so it's pretty much really clean when you're done installing all of your hardware. Since we are at the back here, it's also worth noting that the side cooling mount does not sit flush with the back of the case, so you could indeed do a push-pull configuration here. All of the included cables with the case are white as well, which shows MSI's attention to detail. When it comes to testing, we're going to be testing the temperatures of both our CPU and our GPU. So here's a full breakdown of our test system. When it's all said and done, I really like this case. I don't know why MSI isn't more known for cases. I think I've taken a look at, I think this is my 3rd case I've taken a look at from them, and every one has been really good and really good value. So talking about value, this case without any fans is $119, and with the quality and everything that you actually get here, I think that is a really good deal. I really wish they did have a version that came with fans. That would be really nice, like fans and a fan controller, you know, for like 160, 170 would be, I think, again, a good deal given the quality of this case. But if you're looking for that sort of fish tank or aquarium style case, this is gonna be the perfect thing. It shows off everything great. Pillarless design. You do have the angle in the front, which just sets things apart just a little bit. You get that little bit of RGB lighting. Plenty of room inside. You can do long graphics cards. You of course can do the back connect motherboards. Didn't have any issues with our installation. Actually room for up to 5 hard drives. And then of course, if you include your NVMe drives on your motherboard itself, like you can have a very storage heavy system in here too. As far as cooling support goes, again, you can do 360, 360, 360, up to 10 fans total as well. So lots of room for cooling. It is an excellent case. And I really like that the connections and your power button are on the side. They're out of the way. They keep the front of the case really nice. There's really nothing bad to say about this case, except for I wish they had a version with fans. Everything else was pretty much flawless, and I didn't have really any issues with this case. And like I said, I do like the price. So if you have any questions about this case, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. And we'll see you guys in the next video.